Hey, what's up, YouTubers? T Square here with T Square Talk. So, I am over one of my friend's house right now. He's also a subscriber of my channel. A lot of you know that we are traveling, trying to cross the country from Maine to California. We are in Maine right now still, and I stopped by one of my subscribers' house, and he is into the new electronic currencies. And I was looking at his rig, and I mean, this is just incredible looking. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure, it's homemade. It's all out of Corsair products. It's got M2 hard drives that are just little tiny sticks in there. I don't know if you can see. It's water cooled. Uh,
And these hoses actually they have water going through your computer.
exactly, distilled water.
Distilled water. Do they ever? I mean, obviously you don't have to worry about it breaking in the computer and like causing water damage, or
I
not.
shouldn't.
Not generally.
Not generally.
And then you actually have this computer running right now. Can you tell me a little bit about why you have it running? I mean, I'm fascinated with this topic. So
Sure, I'm just mining some Monero right now. So I've got the monitor off because the monitor doesn't really provide much information. It just makes it hotter, uses power. So monitor is off, and it's just I'm mining Monero through a pool, the support XMR pool. And what happens is, if you're not familiar with the concept of a pool, there are two ways you can pretty much mine a cryptocurrency. One is you're doing it yourself. Your computer's doing all the math, and if you get a Bitcoin or a Monero or whatever cryptocurrency you're mining, if you get that, it's all yours. The thing is, those are far apart. What a mining pool does is a whole bunch of people are connected to the same mining pool. If anybody in the pool finds a coin, then it's split between everybody. So instead of waiting however long you might normally wait for one of these cryptocurrencies to pop up to find it, you have a whole army of people who are all digging and finding the same thing, and you get a fractional coin. What happens is it comes a lot more often. You might get
a little fraction every day,
you get a
as
fraction
opposed to
every day
going a
instead
week
of-
with nothing or 2 weeks with nothing, and then you get one.
exactly.
Okay. So then you get a little bit of reward every day.
You do.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you say Monero, I was just recently watching a video about a currency now where they're talking about tying in airdrops. Have you ever heard of airdropping other coins? Kind of like Bitcoin. Everybody that had a Bitcoin got a Bitcash coin.
Oh, okay.
And there was one that was a real popular one that they said that they wanted to start basically airdropping new coins that were coming out, and anybody that held one of that coin had the potential of getting one of the other ones. That was a Jeff Berwick video that he was talking a lot. He's huge on currencies and stuff. So wow, that is just really neat. And what's the reason you wanted to mine Monero, if you don't mind me asking? Why that over? Because I mean, when someone says a Bitcoin is, I mean, that's big money right there if you pop one of them. But if you pop a Monero, I'm not sure, what is Monero worth right now? Do you have an idea?
Right now, it's roughly about $160
Okay.
per coin. And when I started doing this, it was about 320.
Uh-huh.
So it's dropped by about half. This right now, it is early June 2018. So who knows what'll happen? Maybe it'll go to nothing. Maybe it'll get bigger. But one of the things I'm more interested in is once I have more Monero, I will probably go on to some of the exchanges and sort of swap between coins
Okay.
as time goes on.
And-
So right now, the only investment I have is electricity.
Yeah,
And
you've already have the rig, so
I already have the rig,
You know.
and I mostly have the two video cards for gaming, but I figured this they can also mine. So
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Another thing that I was just thinking about, because we've known each other long before I was doing YouTube. I remember a story about when Bitcoin was nothing. You were actually testing out mining, because you're one of these people that you are usually following the trend. I mean, you were into Fortnite before Fortnite even got popular. You were in Bitcoin when Bitcoin wasn't popular. and you had mined it, played around with it a little bit, and kind of just left it on your old computer, and then kind of just essentially junked your old computer.
Yeah, what happened was I had with my old computer, I had the hard drive set up in RAID format. So I had data across, split between 2 hard drives. It was just so the throughput would be faster. People don't do that so much anymore now that you have digital drives and that sort of thing. So, or SSD drives, I should have said. And what happened was I had been doing some Bitcoin mining. First I did it by myself, and it was a long time, but I did actually get, after weeks, I did get a Bitcoin. And then I swapped over to a pool, and then I got up to 2 Bitcoins, which, sounds pretty impressive nowadays, but back then I had, it was actually slightly less than 3 that I had total. I had like 2.6 Bitcoins, and it all ended up being worth about, it was less than $3 at the time. So when I upgraded my computer, I kept one of the hard drives. Actually, no, I gave one of the hard drives to my brother, and built a computer for him, and I don't know, I probably even tossed the other hard drive, but still, one hard drive without the other is worthless. And so the effect was, I figured it's it was only like it was like $3, so I figured there was no real point in trying to find that password and dig out those Bitcoins. But
never saw it going to 20,000 a piece, did you?
Never did. So yeah.
I mean, it's back down now. I think it's at 8,000. It went up to 20, and then it just got knocked down. I want to say it's like a little over 8,000 a Bitcoin now, but it's pretty incredible, to be mining something essentially that people have value. You're basically pulling it out of the internet.
It's true.
And now it's worth money. And if you have a really nice rig or a fast gaming rig, essentially, because this is more of a gaming rig, right?
Yeah, it is.
That you can just run your computer and maybe make a few bucks in the process.
Exactly.
I mean, because if you pull one, that pretty much pays an electric bill easily for a month.
Yeah.
For free. So that's pretty cool. Would you say you at least get one a month? Or
well, it's in a pool, so
it's in a pool, so won't really know.
Yeah, it's so.
Would you say you at least beat the electric price?
Oh yeah, I beat the electric price, but
okay.
I'm really only getting about. I would go into the hash specifics, but I don't recall it off the top of my head. The hardcore Bitcoin miners, and they can tell you exactly what their hash rate is.
I've heard that
right.
on people that build the rigs,
Right. This is pretty good for a home computer. It's not a mining specific machine by any stretch, but I'm getting roughly in a month. I'm getting 0.3 Monero. And
okay.
this pool pays out at 0.3. So every month I'm getting 0.3, which at the beginning was about $100.
Yeah.
Now it's about,
It's
50.
dropped a little, along with all electronic currencies. They've taken a hit. And the question is electronic currencies basically down and out? Or is it just down and waiting for the boom to happen again?
Yeah, is this Beanie Babies or tulips back in the 1500s?
Exactly. The tulip story is an amazing story because when I collect silver, and a lot of people refer to silver now as tulips back then. The only thing is, I believe the silver will always have a value.
I agree.
That's my thought process on it. And some people say that, Bitcoin is just like silver and gold. But I find it hard to believe because I've always had the mentality, if you don't actually hold it, you don't own it. And when it comes to electronic currency, yes, you have it. But I mean, I know the number one argument is obviously if the grid ever went down, well, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't see that happening anyway anytime soon. But I do see them keeping on printing out money and silver and gold to continue to rise along with everything else. So, well, I thank you so much for telling us a little bit about the mining process and the rig. I mean, this is just really cool. You did a great job, Bill. You built this too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is just so nice. So, but I thank you guys for watching, and I thank you for talking with us. And you guys have a great one. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about e-currencies, Bitcoin, that type of thing. Any suggestions you have, we'll pass them along. And I hope to see you guys again on T Square Talk. Take care, guys. Y'all have a great one. Bye-bye.